Welcome to the Earth Shaker.
I'm so tired, man. Okay. Oh, I need to show the thing. Oh boy. Just how tired I am. There's me and Serena's.
Oh, you both just popped.
What was that?
There. I did mine on paper again.
Pink shirt and then I saw your arm.
Okay, this passage was from our final invention. Like, from our final invention. Like, that's
Artificial
a book.
intelligence and the end of the human era.
Yeah. So, my first question was, what are possible other rules we could make, or modifications to the already existing rules that we can make of robotics?
Like the laws.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about new ones, but we can make sure they actually follow through.
Isn't one of them like how robots are supposed to
Benefit humankind.
or no, like defend themselves or something like that? Isn't that one of them?
Yeah. Okay.
That
I
probably
was
should
really-
not be one
Yeah, I
of
don't
them.
think that should be one of them.
I was really confused by the scenario he gave. Like, I guess it was in the book that the dude made the rules up. But it was like a robot got confused to, like, go out and get a chemical that was harmful to him because he was caught between the second and the third law. But that shouldn't have happened because the third law says unless it interferes with the first or second law. And the second law was to just obey the orders of the person. And the robot's protection was the third one, and it interfered with the second law. So the robot should have just gone and done it.
I don't
And
think
that's
that
why
the third law should exist.
I was confused because I was like, it wouldn't have, like, been... It shouldn't have been confused by the third and second law, like, contradicting each other because the third law says, if this contradicts, then don't follow it. Like...
Yeah.
Well, what if they had, like, human thoughts, though? Because if you were to break the law for a family member for a really good purpose, like, murder their murderer or something like that, or, like, if it was between them being murdered or you murdering them, that's still
that's
murder.
defense, though, isn't it?
But they're defending themselves. They're...
Because the
defending
murderer...
themselves, though.
But their law is unless it... Like, you can defend yourself unless it contradicts with the first or second law.
But would a robot think that they're more important than humans eventually? And
If it was programmed
disregard the first and second law.
If it's programmed
Depends
that
how
way.
it's programmed.
If it was programmed
Because
to
I
have
think if
human
we-
thoughts.
If we made another law for it, like, well, if we're programming it human thoughts, then we can't give it the laws of robotics because then it's technically human.
But Elvix had human thoughts. And
Yeah.
He had...
And we killed him.
Yeah. Because he was supposed to abide by human laws.
Okay, I'm gonna ask one of my questions. Do you think that artificial intelligence will drive us to extinction like the author thinks it will?
Only if we let it.
Yeah, I think he used some big word, it was like anthropomorphize, that was like when we give human characteristics to a robot, but if it had super intelligence, we don't know how it would act because we don't have super intelligence.
Yeah.
And as far as I understood in that passage, we hadn't interacted with anything that had super intelligence. So if it had super intelligence, it might be like, hey, let's not kill the humans because instead we can just do this. Like, we don't know how it would act. Like, we might be like, well, it could come and kill us. Yeah, but if it's smart enough, it'd probably be like, hey, let's go do something. Like, I don't feel like it would just instantly be like, let's kill the humans. Like,
Yeah.
so I feel like we would have to test on it, but it would probably need to be like a guarded test. Like, yeah.
How do we give robots superior intelligence if we don't have it?
That is a
How do
really
we
good
give
question.
robots?
Yeah.
How do we give robots something we don't
I
have?
think lots of have to get lots of different people with lots of different skill sets, with different areas of
Yeah.
expertise, and
Like,
have
it's
them
a
all do it
combined
together
person.
because one person couldn't do it themselves.
No.
Yeah.
It would have to be
That's true.
a combined.
Well, because it could be like, because didn't it give examples with like Google and like all these other names and that no one knows. I think I only knew Google, but
Yeah.
but like, would that be considered super intelligence if we gave it all the things of Google?
I feel like Google's super intelligent
Yeah.
because like
And it's not destroying us.
no.
Not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
Or it's secretly.
I think if we were to
Google is
combine all of the really smart companies in the world, like Google, Apple, Microsoft, all
But
of
is
those.
Apple that smart?
I mean, with their amount of technology, though, with the amount of technology that
But their
they have at their
technology does
disposal,
the same thing. It's just different sizes.
it's different.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
It's different approaches to the technology, though. So if everyone put in their different approaches and put it together, what would happen?
But the thing with that
It
is then
depends
you
on
would,
their intent.
the
Like, it
thing
depends
is
on,
you
like-
would keep needing to add stuff to it, and it would never really get to do things because new things are discovered so frequently and quickly that you would need information from like every single person in the world, but there's a new person in the world every 7 seconds. So it's like, you can't do that. Like,
Well, but could cell phones and technology make that possible?
Well, like, isn't
but cell phones don't have the same like experience.
But I mean, like,
Ellipsis
if we are
type thing.
talking about, in order to make something, super superior and, with everyone's ideas, cell phones are in, like, 80%, maybe even more of the world's population. Could that spread enough information to have superior intelligence?
Not
I
from
feel like
Korea.
it could, which is like
We wouldn't know all
If it
Korean
wasn't
information.
if it
Like-
wasn't censored.
Like, yeah, if it wasn't censored, that could be really dangerous. Like, why would, like, if the government and, like, scientists know the risks of, like, super intelligence, then why do they even allow every single, like, citizen to have, like, a
super
supercomputer
intelligent
in their
China
pockets?
and Korea don't.
Yeah.
Which is, like, and they're scary, so they're, like, can we learn a thing or two? Like, they do it for a reason.
Korea and China or us or the supercomputers?
No, Korea and China,
Oh.
like, they don't let people
They
have
do
access
it
to
for
their-
a reason.
but
like-
Korea and China are a little messed up in other ways too. Like,
Yeah.
can we consider that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can see why the government did it, or why the government does what they do, but at the same time, it's like,
Because, like, we don't know much about Korea, or at least, like, have you guys seen the thing where it's like someone's making fun of Donald Trump and they're like one of the many North Koreas? Okay, yeah, sorry. That was off topic. But, like, we don't know everything that goes on, but does that mean that we should? Like, do cell phones know everything that goes on?
They do, but, like, you don't have access to all of that information.
What about the makers? Like Snapchat makers? The photo disappears and
it
like,
doesn't. They have it.
They
on
have
they
their-
have it
access to
somewhere.
that.
Mhm.
That's scary.
That is
Yeah.
really scary because I have some ugly photos.
Same.
Because I don't have any social media, anything other than an email and a Pinterest account, and I'm never even on my Pinterest, like, ever, which is sad, but if I did get on, then I'd be on for, like, 5 hours, but
Well-
like, in the movie Nerve, how when you sign up, it takes, like, all your account,
Yeah.
everything, and, like, uses stuff against you in a way.
Well, even
like-
all of your text messages though are saved, even
And,
if
like-
you delete them.
And
Yeah, that's
internet
true.
history.
Mm-hmm.
Everything.
It's scary.
Like nothing
Which-
ever really
how-
goes away.
how-
It's
where do we
always
see that?
It's always there.
It's
Have you
saved
guys
on their
seen-
network.
Have you guys seen Eagle Eye?
No.
It has Shia LaBeouf in it, so it just makes it hilarious, but is the scariest movie, because it's like, there's this supercomputer that's like originally for the US Army or something like that, and Shia LaBeouf has a twin, it's also played by him, I don't know how to say that, but,
How do they do that?
but, so,
Green screen.
Shia LaBeouf keeps getting calls, and like, so he answers a call, and it's like some lady's voice is like, go to your apartment or something like that. He's like, who is this? And they're like,
Actual
go to your
cannibal
apartment.
Shia LaBeouf.
And so he is going into his apartment, or no, he had gone to an ATM and all this money started shooting out at him. And he's like broke, so he's like taking it, but he's like, I don't know how this got here, but it's mine. And so he's taking it. And he goes into his apartment, and like the landlord lady person is like, oh yeah, some guys brought in like all these boxes for you for some reason. And he's like, okay, it's fine, like, because he's shook by the ATM. And so he like goes into his room, and there's all this stuff to make a bomb. Like, there's all these boxes to make, like, all these weapons, and he's like, and so he gets this phone call, and he answers it, and the lady is like, the FBI is gonna show up at your apartment in 30 seconds, and she's like, take this one briefcase and get out, and he's like, who is this? And it just keeps saying the FBI is coming in 23 seconds, and he's like, ah! And then the FBI, he doesn't believe it, so the FBI comes in and, like, shoots him, and he's in a jail cell, and it's, like, all this intense stuff, and the whole time it's this supercomputer that's, like, trying to I don't even know what it's trying to do. It's like trying to destroy all the people who are who are stupid. No, it's such an intense movie though, because it makes sense and it could happen because the computer keeps track of you because they're like traffic cameras and stuff, like
location
everywhere.
services
And
on your phone.
So Shia LaBeouf is like running around and like the computer is following him and like calls him on some random dude's phone, like he's in a train and some random dude next to him, his phone rings and it says Shia LaBeouf's name in the movie, I don't remember what it is, and so he like takes it from the dude, like the dude isn't paying attention, so he like takes it and answers it, and it's the same lady's voice, and she's like, get off at the next stop. It's like so scary. You're like, the government, and then it's like this computer the whole time, but it's such an intense movie.
Siri.
Yes.
Siri is taking over.
Okay, right. I can have to
So yeah, that was pretty off topic.
So like we know like the bad things about artificial intelligence, but like what are the how would it benefit or improve the Earth?
I feel like if it
That's
didn't
what I
take
feel about
over,
too.
like if it didn't take over human race and
I
all
feel
that
like-
stuff and like lead us to our extinction, I think it would help us a lot with like
Solving
in
world
doctors or
hunger and-
something.
Yeah.
Well, just everyday tasks.
Because in the
Yeah.
article, it said a whole bunch about how it would destroy us, but it didn't really say
Like, how
anything
it would
about
benefit
if it
us.
would benefit us,
Yeah.
like if it wasn't out to destroy us, which it most likely wouldn't.
Mhm.
Well, I saw this
Unless we
on
programmed it to.
Yeah. But why would we do that?
this supercomputer
To destroy us. Yeah. And it talked about, like, when the robots would see, like, another use for our molecules, like, it would
Yeah.
destroy us for our molecules, just like how we destroy monkeys and stuff. That was pretty scarring.
I
didn't know
bad
we
about
did that.
monkeys now.
either.
I'm about to
Yeah,
riot on this.
Oh, yeah. But it doesn't mean, like, just because they're more intelligent than us, it doesn't mean that they would attack us. And
Yeah.
even if they did, we'd probably find a way to escape it if we couldn't shut it down.
True.
Yeah, how can we not shut something down that we start? Like, that's one problem in every single robot movie ever. It's like,
We
if
can't
we-
shut it down!
you got all these smart
It's
people.
like literally a light switch.
Yeah.
Just flip it off.
Like, literally though, it's like a robot is not programmed to turn that off. They can't go past their program. They just can't,
But-
because they're programmed.
Unless we programmed them to do that. But
Unless-
that's still following their program
Why would we-
to disobey their program.
Why would we program
It's like
a
if you
robot?
ask Santa for coal and you're naughty, would you still get coal because that's what you wanted? It's like silent. Okay, that's it.
Okay.
We're done. See you later.
That's a good one.